They're always having conversations when they're drunk.
Can you look at the camera?
Welcome back to the Dr. Z show. For real this time. I think I said that in the last episode too, but no, actually for real this time. We tried to record an episode earlier this week, and someone forgot to share their screen. We're not going to name any names, but it was me.
Right, yeah.
We didn't name names. We're not naming any names, but it was
I
me.
wasn't going to name anyone, but, like, yeah, it was absolutely not my fault, and it wasn't
100% my fault. But it's okay. And now everything is fine. I think. Is it? Jacob's
I mean, Jacob's been Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah, I'm on this table with a bunch of Stroop waffles.
Oh, the giant waffles. Every time you say it, though, you say Stroop, like, so quickly. It sounds like you're saying strip waffles. And I'm like, this is not what that is. I have to, like, it takes me an extra second to, like, process.
I think
when someone says Stroop waffles.
I think
like,
that's
no,
just you, because I never have had this problem.
Gotta love them waffle strips. For your dog?
That's a different thing. Although, I don't really like Stroop waffles, I gotta say. I tried one the other day, and I was like...
They have their time and place. They have their time and place.
I don't expect them to be chewy, also. I look at this, and I'm like, this looks like a cracker. And I bit into it, and I was like, what?
They're the superior airplane food.
Yes.
That is
yes.
That's wildly specific.
That's ideal.
Yeah, no. Biscoff makes very good... Biscoff makes really good Stroop waffles, and they give them out on a lot of airplanes, specifically like American.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't fly on planes that often. I mean, the last time I flew was out to Jacob's wedding, and then I flew back with food poisoning, so I did not eat any food on the flight. But I'm not a big airline person, so I do not know about these airline snacks that you speak of.
I mean, but you can also buy Biscoff in the grocery store.
True. Welcome to the Dr. Z episode about airplane snack food. Not actually. What are we talking about today?
Mobile games!
Specifically, mobile games on your phone, not like your Nintendo Switch or your Game Boy or whatever. That's going to be completely different.
We can do a whole different episode. I can talk about the retro mini I bought. It'll be great.
Or
is it? Question though, real quick, because I don't know anyone with a retro mini. Is it a piece of garbage?
It's really, really tiny. Maybe.
Okay.
Like,
yes, that's not the question I asked. I understand mini.
No, it works. It works.
Okay.
You can there are so many. Okay. No, I'm gonna talk more about the retro mini next episode.
Okay. It's not a piece of garbage. That's all I need to know.
It's not a piece of garbage, but I don't know if it was worth it.
Oh.
TLDR. I will explain it, right? I'll explain it next episode.
Yeah, although speaking of, I gotta pull out my Nintendo or my Game Boy SP or Game Boy Advance so that I can show these kids. Because I'm not gonna mess up my Pokemon Blue save file, but I have a copy of Pokemon Fire Red. So these kids gonna learn today. They're so hyped about being the Pokemon League champion and Let's Go Eevee, and I'm like, what? Get out of my face. That weak shit. Don't even battle Pokemon to catch them.
So, why don't we stop shitting on children and start talking about mobile games for children?
Kids these days. Well, no, I was trying to segue that into Pokemon Go. Because, Let's Go, whatever, Eevee or Pikachu, is, it's my segue.
It was a bad segue.
I mean, whatever, okay.
That segue was falling apart.
My life.
That segue was that tour guide who always keeps getting hit in traffic. It happens all the time in DC. It happens all the time in DC where
they get hit by cars.
Yeah, it happened.
Oh my god!
At the height of the Segway tours, people are getting hit all the time.
Jacob, why do you send us YouTube videos to watch during the show? We are recording. We are literally recording right now.
Hey,
and you're sending us YouTube videos to watch.
There's a very, very lucrative YouTube channel called Blah Blah Reacts.
Stop sending us YouTube videos, Jacob. We are recording the show literally right now.
It's meta. YouTube with
Stop sending me the.
Look, I know we have a more casual setup, like right, like I'm on a couch today. You know, like
Yeah,
I know it's more
you
casual.
gotta- Is your shirt cut or is it like?
No, I bought it this way.
I can't.
It's got like.
Oh no!
Job.
It's worse than I thought.
I'm very limited. I have limited
It's a
options.
stylistic
I'm
choice.
trapped on a table with stroopwafels. All I can do is send YouTube videos for help.
This is a disaster.
Help.
This is a disaster.
Do you know what's also a
It's the best
disaster?
thing I've ever
The
had.
Whole
mobile
channel
gaming.
is a disaster. Oh, okay. No, that's a good segue.
The mobile
Brenna's got
gaming
it.
landscape.
Because it's so inundated with garbage. Like,
Garbage!
there's so much garbage. But like every now and then, it's like what's it called? Like, not frontiersmen, but like when you sift for gold. What's that called?
Prospectors?
Yeah.
Prospectors. It's like prospecting. Every now and then you find that nugget and you're like, this is a good fucking game.
I found that from my new perspective as a tiny man living on a table. Mobile games are a lot harder because I have to run from one end of the screen to the other to do the controls.
I imagine Jacob playing Fruit Ninja that way though.
Yeah.
Like
Jump
one of the arcade Fruit Ninjas, but like 20 times that size.
Yeah.
So mobile games. What was everyone's first mobile game?
Brick Breaker.
Just like straight up like Brick Breaker, like it wasn't like called anything else. Like,
Use my mom's BlackBerry.
oh, okay.
Oh,
Had like
Snake.
trackpad.
Snake, yeah.
A Nokia phone.
I had Tetris on my Motorola. On
Snake
both
was
my
probably
Motorola's.
mine.
Yeah.
Jacob's got it with Snake. I think Snake was probably mine. Although I remember those really tiny singular phones that were like literally this big, the little
Yeah.
flip phone. You remember that little flip phone that I had,
Yeah.
Jacob?
Yeah.
So I bought like I logged onto the store and bought Metal Slug for that phone, and it was so bad. Like it was so bad. That's probably the. I was gonna say that's probably the worst mobile game I've ever played, but
Do calculator games count?
oh
83. Like Blockman?
now Snake. Well, Snake was probably still my first. I did play Blockman a lot in algebra, which would partially be the reason I was really bad at algebra because I was just not paying attention and just playing Blockman all the time. Some of the games for the TI calculators though are like wicked complicated. They're impressive.
Yeah. That's part of why I never had, like, I just didn't bother putting any of the games on my calculator. I was just like, look, man, this is a lot of effort for very low output. I have a smartphone. If I'm gonna use anything, I'm just gonna use my smartphone.
So what is everyone's favorite mobile game? Jacob, you're
That's
not
a
allowed to say Snake.
Loaded question.
Why? Okay, why is it a loaded question?
Because prior to the EA, okay, so the Tetris mobile game, right? It was run through EA, who also does like Bejeweled and like all of those like Blitz games. They had a Tetris Blitz, and I very much enjoyed that game. I enjoyed Tetris and Tetris Blitz, and actually EA had created a successful free game.
And then they did something wrong. Okay, we'll get there.
Let's applaud EA first.
Okay, and then they fucked something up. We'll get there. We'll get back to that. So we'll take Tetris Blitz as your answer for now.
Yeah, but it's really 2048.
Jacob.
I don't have a favorite mobile game.
It wasn't that like Kingdom of Avalon or whatever game that you played like during the show.
I played that a lot. It like I don't know. It scratched the not quite RTS itch that I had for a little bit, but
Okay, I was gonna say like I'm personally insulted that you would consider that an RTS, like a phone game, like an RTS game. I don't know. I mean, like how much more obvious can we be here? Like with the Like of course. Point though. Mine is probably a game that has now made its way to Steam, Junk Jack. But the problem I have with Junk Jack is I get really into it, and then I'm like playing it for 4 hours and neglecting like my own health and well-being because I'm just like stuck playing Junk Jack. It's like Terraria, but more complicated.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've never heard of Junk Jack.
My favorite.
It's great. It's so fun. You should get it, and we can play together.
My favorite mobile game is Duolingo.
Have you practiced your Spanish today?
No, it's Japanese.
That doesn't surprise me, actually. Although I do play.
Weeb.
I spend a fair bit of time playing Clash Royale. That's probably the game that I play the most. I played that a lot.
Yeah, well, that's why I said 2048 too, is because 2048 is one of those games I played consistently since 2013. Like when it first came out on the XKCD website, we would use our school laptops and we would play it on the school like the day it came out, and the day he was like mathematically he made the comic about the mathematical like puzzle games.
Right.
My friend Emily and I at lunch, because we were like the only two people who like we knew immediately around us who consistently read XKCD at the time. She was like, "Have you played 2048 yet?" I was like, "No," and she's like,
"What are
"But you like puzzle games." She's like, "You like puzzle games? You haven't read the new XKCD?"
You're supposed to have innate knowledge about this.
And I was like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "This just came up." So we sat there on our school laptops playing it all day. And then like 3 months later they came out with a mobile app, and that's all I did during AP Gov. Like it's all I did during AP Gov.
They were there for 3 months though. In the cafeteria at the table
in the
playing
TC Williams. Yeah, in the TC Williams cafeteria at the same table 3 months. We never stopped.
I did there's this developer Raptisoft that I think is gone now. That made these games Solomon's Boneyard and Solomon's Keep. And Solomon's Boneyard is like a roguelike, kind of. And it really scratches that roguelike itch that I have constantly. And I played that game a lot. I still have it on my phone. Raptisoft. RAPTI soft. One word.
Raptisoft. No, Raptisoft has a website.
Do they really?
Games. Solomon's Keep, Solomon's Boneyard, Hamster Ball, Chuzzle, Hoggy, Mahjong Blitz, Get Lucky, Haphazard.
Interesting. Okay, so they are still around.
Yeah.
So now I can get mad at them for not updating Solomon's Keep and Solomon's Boneyard. Okay, that was my plan. Was like
also
for me to get
this
mad.
Website's atrocious. Gotta be
honest.
And
it says coming soon for Mac and Windows, but they're using the Windows.
Very ancient.
The Windows like, what was that? Windows 95.
Yeah,
Windows
and
XP.
then that's like really old Mac too. It's not even like it's not even Apple. It's like the really
like
old
Apple
like
too.
Mac face. Yeah.
Wow, this is interesting.
Mhm. So.
But it's old enough that the website is hot garbage.
I just new said
enough.
That. Like,
it's
new
enough.
This website's awful.
But it's new enough that the
like it's clean garbage.
That the iPhone was out.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this. Contact us. Note, if you're having trouble with the game you purchased, please let us know your name, the email you register with, and your serial number if you have one. As of February 2010, we switched to a new purchasing system, and we'll have to provide you with a new download. Yeah, so the website exists, but I think it's...
There's a forum!
Is there really?
Someone posted on July 14th! What?
Oh,
New members, please read.
New members, please
Hi,
read.
all! I wanted to explain for the benefit of the new forum members that are here to ask questions, etc., how and why your first post on the forum doesn't appear. Due to incredible spam issues, this forum is regularly assaulted by spammers. I have to manually approve the first post from each new member. I go into the queue at least once every 24 hours to approve these. Please be patient. if you have an urgent new post on a random.
No, that's from August 2017.
Oh God.
So there was a recent post on this on July 14th.
Yeah. Wow.
But was that yeah, that's this month. These go into 2019
these go
and
into
then 2020. Holy
these
shit.
go into 2020? No, this is like an updated fucking app.
I love
Robot Wants Kitty?
I love the
what
thanks,
what is
John.
Robot Wants? Yeah, thanks, John. What is Robot Wants Kitty? That's a game? Oh God. What
Okay, we gotta stop. We gotta stop.
gotta
We're
stop.
going too deep. We've
We
gone
gotta
too
stop.
far.
We
We've
gotta
gone too
stop.
far. Point. If you can find a copy of Solomon's Boneyard, play it because it's awesome. Turn bosses off though because they're wicked overpowered.
Okay.
That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Oh, also, fuck. How could I forget? Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars. It wasn't originally a mobile game, but it was ported to the iPhone. Played it, completed it on the phone in its entirety. Great game. Get the sword. It's in Little Italy. Get the sword. It's in a dumpster.
Okay.
Great.
What do you
That's
think?
it.
What would you say was the first mobile game you got truly obsessed with? Like
Obsessed with?
we all played like Brick Breaker and Snake and stuff like that like on our phones when we were bored. But what was that first game where you were like you would stay
Playing
up
it
at night
nonstop. Like,
playing it nonstop? Because like I liked Fruit Ninja. I was into Fruit Ninja, but I never got obsessed with Fruit Ninja.
Fruit Ninja
I
wasn't my
did.
first.
Yeah. I did get really obsessed with Flow though.
What is Flow? I actually don't know.
Flow. So
know it.
Flow is a basically it's a puzzle game. I don't know if you've gotten this by
Puzzle
now.
games. No, I think we're there.
Hi. I like puzzles. Basically you have like different colored dots and you have to fill each square.
1 second. Jacob, are you playing Kingdom of Avalon right now?
No.
You have that glazed over look in your eye like you're not really paying attention.
I'm super tired. I wasn't paying attention to the thing that you were reading before.
Okay.
Because I was trying to figure out how to do some like card search engine stuff.
Every time Jacob zones out, just imagine Mad World's playing in the background.
You say that, and I know what you're talking about, but it immediately brings to mind the horrible Wii U game, Mad World.
Oh,
And I imagine
okay.
like someone playing it in the background. It's all in black and
all
white.
around me.
No, I know
Yeah.
what I knew what you were actually talking.
I stopped playing King of Avalon because it's owned by a Chinese company, and I was like, I don't feel
Human
it.
rights are more important.
Yeah.
Human rights are more important. That's so valid.
Okay, so Flow.
Flow,
So-
yeah. So you have to like fill in the line, every cube of the square with a connecting line, and the lines can't intersect.
Yeah.
So you have to like dance around each other to fill in all of the boxes and connect all the dots.
It's a good game.
I'll have to look into it, yeah, because I'm
Yeah, it's very
having trouble
fun.
grasping what you're explaining.
I
I'm just
I
bad at
have it
it.
on my iPad, so I would have to like go, but I get like reach back and get my
It's okay.
iPad
I'll
and like
look
show
into
you. But that's so much effort. Yeah,
I'll look
it's
into it.
yeah, it's great. I highly recommend it. It's really good too for like spatial reasoning, like an introduction to spatial reasoning. So if you like think you're really bad at solving puzzles, play Flow, and it helps you figure out like.
And you'll find out if you are really bad at solving puzzles.
Well,
Or-
you'll find out one if you are really bad how to get better, and then two if you are okay at it or think you're bad at it but you aren't, it like helps you hone how to get better. Like I definitely got better at Tetris because of playing Flow.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's just like it like teaches you how to think.
Obsessed with. I'm still trying to think. Like,
Oh, dude,
I was definitely I was definitely obsessed with Doodle Jump, but not like in the way that some people were. Where like
I
they
was
played
big
it
into Doodle Jump.
constantly.
Yeah, it was big.
So I was
Definitely
obsessed,
Junk Jack.
I was obsessed with Kingdom of Avalon for a little bit because it was like a maintenance game. It was one of those things where like you'd like log in, set up your stuff to get
Yeah,
updated and then, go on
I
your.
can't do
without-
maintenance games. I can't. I've tried so
You like
many
Animal
times.
Crossing though.
Uh,
Animal Crossing is like maintenance the
no,
game.
but there's
like, you have to
there's
log
like
in
a
every
separate
day.
kind. Like I played SimCity, the SimCity mobile game for a while recently,
Okay.
and I just got so burnt out. Like Animal Crossing, there's no stakes. Like you just get
Okay,
a
yeah,
cool
no, I
item
see
or
what
you
you're
don't
saying.
get a cool item. But with SimCity, it's like you have to optimize the amount of things you're making every hour so you can keep your people happy and your city is gonna thrive and not hate you and revolt and die.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I can't do those games.
So you're one of those people that something trivial stresses you out.
Yes. Have you not met me before?
I don't know. I played Animal Crossing yesterday for the first time in a few days, and all the villagers were they're not angry anymore, and they're like, "Where have you been?" But they're like, "Oh, I miss you," and I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." I was like,
ones and zeros. Shut up.
Meanwhile, I feel bad
yeah, whatever.
that I don't remember the password to my Neopets account.
Man,
I want to say hi to my old Neopets and my
God.
pets
This
and
is-
my pets.
have you talked to someone about this? This seems
No.
might be a bigger issue.
I don't think it's an issue.
Ah.
No, I think it's just nostalgia and a desire for affection.
It wasn't Infinity Blade, because now I want to say Infinity Blade, but I don't think that was it either.
No, was it Elder Scrolls Blades?
No,
Of
It was-
course not,
it
because
was
no
before
one
that.
played that game. No one
It was
played it.
bad. It was
Todd.
bad, and it
It's
should feel
bad.
bad.
Todd. Todd
Somehow,
Howard. I'm
somehow I
sorry.
don't think. Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Immediately-
Somehow I don't think Todd
No.
Howard would play.
No.
watch
I
that channel.
want someone to tweet this at Todd Howard directly. Todd, I don't care that we can
You-
play it with
you
one
do.
hand. It was bad. I don't get on Twitter. I think Twitter's bad.
Okay.
I'll be honest. Twitter for me is I used to think Instagram was stupid.
This is
I
the Brenna
really-
gets angry about everything episode.
Every episode is the Brenna gets angry about things episode. I get angry. I rant. It's how I don't explode.
Okay, I'm gonna interrupt you.
Yeah.
So you don't kill everyone in your rage about Twitter. I think it's
Twitter's
the
just
most
stupid. Any-
recent thing you're raging about.
Yeah.
It was probably Fruit Ninja. That's the first game because that's the first game I remember playing at work. While I would take what? This isn't even a link. You failed the hyperlink.
I don't know.
What is
We're starting
dot
to sign the
.phtml? Whatever. Anyway, it's probably Fruit Ninja. And the classic Fruit Ninja, not the newer one with the weird progression system and all that
Yeah.
stuff. But Fruit Ninja, the original. Because I played it at work, which was bad and I shouldn't have done. But
Temple Run was another one that
oh yeah, Temple Run.
absorbed me. Because the thing about Temple Run though is it really has that if you die, you get frustrated that you died.
But you know
It's-
why.
You know why
died,
you died
like,
and you can
your
avoid
fault.
it. It's directly your fault. You misswiped.
Temple Run
Now-
and
6 months into a relationship you don't care about.
I see the connection you made.
It's good.
I see it.
This episode's wild.
6 months though? Holy crap.
Yeah.
Okay, so Temple Run is like one of those endless it's an endless runner, and I think the appeal of Jacob, why? That is horrifying. Please.
This is
No.
what I'm going to show you.
This is horrifying.
And I'm gone.
Why are you like this, Jacob?
Because I'm beautiful.
He changes it back to the Stroop waffles.
Well, yeah.
His to remind us that he's trapped on a table.
Well,
What do you mean
also,
he didn't change it back?
I'm roughly the size of a Neopet.
He is roughly the size of a Neopet. Pixel by pixel.
Okay, Okay, why am I telling us we need to focus? Why? Why is it now fallen upon me?
Because
This
Jacob and
bad.
I are done today. Like, I feel like we both have that energy of
So
nah.
So tired.
I'm tired of selling people furniture. Does that count?
Although this is entirely Skype's fault because on all my Zoom calls in my last semester of college, I would do this. I would change my I would turn off my camera and change my background effect to pictures of Van Helsing from the 2004 movie, and change
Van
my
Helsing?
Hugh Jackman?
Yeah, Hugh Jackman as Van Helsing. I
What? That's
That
so
is so
specific.
specific. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although,
Why? Why? I have to know why.
I just searched Van Helsing, and that was the first thing that came up. So
Why though? That's so specific.
every class, I would change my name to a different fictional character, and then I was Genghis Khan once. He's not fictional, but
A different fictional character. First one you name, Genghis Khan. Not a fictional person. But you had to qualify that. You're like, Genghis Khan, he's not fictional, but if he were.
Oh man,
I had the Black Panther, is this your king meme, from the butterfly one. It was a handful of other things.
I mean, I get it. My squad group chat and we regularly change our names. Currently, I'm Aaron Burr, so technically I'm Aaron Burrena. So we took a BuzzFeed quiz. Yeah, we took a BuzzFeed quiz.
Of course you're Aaron Burr. All the rage in your heart.
Yeah, well, but also wait for it. I
Right.
know one thing in
Right.
life
No, I know. The song.
I can control. It's my favorite.
was,
It's my favorite Hamilton song. It's the best Hamilton song. I think Wait For It is the best song in Hamilton.
What?
Amanda, strike us down with a bolt.
He should. That's horrible. Get out of here. Be gone.
I think all of Aaron Burr's songs are really good.
I'm not saying they're not. I'm not saying any of the songs are not. And I'm not saying Wait For It is not a good song. I'm just saying it's not the best.
Then what is the best song in Hamilton?
The opening. Alexander Hamilton. No, it is clearly the best song.
I mean,
or Guns and Ships, because if you can rap with a French accent,
I do like Guns and
incredibly
Ships,
difficult.
don't get me wrong. It is.
Incredibly difficult.
I'm hyped up on the very first King George III song.
Why?
Oh, yeah.
No, that was the worst part.
What?
No, that's the worst part of Hamilton. Is the King George.
That is not the worst part of Hamilton. The
snore.
Battle of Yorktown is the worst part of Hamilton. I hate the Battle of Yorktown. Yeah.
Why?
I just.
Are you a racist?
No,
So-
I just.
Is when is Hamilton?
The line in the beginning,
What
though.
genre is it?
When is Hamilton what?
When is the Hamilton mobile game coming out? And what genre is it?
It's a writing game.
It's a writing game. It's like an Oregon Trail style.
Yeah, it's Oregon Trail.
Yeah, it's like Oregon Trail, except you're writing. Because in what world would you ever choose to actively write the Reynolds pamphlets unless you're Alexander Hamilton?
I mean, Hurricane is the worst song, but moving on.
Hurricane is a rough song.
Actually, I guess for both of you, but I was mostly thinking of a specific reference. The Johnny Extreme G4 bit.
Yeah.
Thinking the Reynolds pamphlets. Oh, it's the really sucky part of the game where you lose all your powers. Don't play that part.
It was, but he got to that part of the game from doing escort missions. He didn't have to do any escort missions. He did escort missions and then got to that part of the game. And he lost all his powers.
Wink, wink, escort.
Wink, wink.
So.
Mariah, yeah.
What a slut. Moving on.
She's not a slut. Hamilton was.
I mean, yeah, they're both sluts.
No, just
How
Hamilton.
did we get on this?
He was not opportunist.
This episode is about mobile gaming. Why are we on
And
the
our
Reynolds
topics are
pamphlet
very
and
focused
Johnny
right
Extreme
now
and combining them?
because Jacob. was
Although
thinking about
topical
fictional
nerd
characters.
information. Topical nerd information. G4 is coming back.
What?
Yeah, they're bringing it back.
Really?
Jacob- Stop sending us YouTube links during the
did.
show.
He didn't send one.
It just came up.
Not
It
my
just popped up on the screen.
blame Skype.
He didn't do it. I
That's
didn't
so
get it.
weird.
I didn't get one.
Yeah, the
That's
one that
very
I
weird.
sent popped up on my own screen like 5 minutes later.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. One just popped up and I was like, no, stop it. Anyway, some mobile games.
No mobile games. Now that we've established the best songs in Hamilton and that Genghis Khan is a fictional character.
Fictional characters. Genghis Khan. So what do you guys think of some of the mobile games that have now made it big and now are on Steam, like Plague Inc.
Fuck.
Or
You know what we
Raid
haven't even
Shadow
talked
Legends.
about? Guys, we haven't even talked about it. The elephant in the room. The angry bird in the room.
Raid Shadow Legends?
Angry
No.
Birds.
Angry Birds.
I don't like Angry Birds.
It was
I-
fine. But
I
talking
don't
about
like it.
games that made it big, they had 2 movies.
That's true. That is making it big. They made movies out of your
Just
fucking
one.
shitty
Two.
mobile game.
Emojis had a movie though, so having a movie doesn't really mean anything.
I'm not saying it means
Meaningless.
anything. I'm not saying it means anything. I'm just saying we're
Oh,
neglecting
yeah,
to
at least
talk
there was
about
only
it.
one
like-
emoji movie. There were
But
2 Angry Birds
Birds.
movies.
Didn't you say the Angry Birds movie was one of the highest grossing video game movies?
Yes.
Of-
It's the
Yeah,
second,
we talked about that before.
It's the
Yeah.
second highest animated grossing video game movie or something like that. I don't remember what the first one was, but it's something
Sonic.
where
Sonic the Hedgehog.
was it Sonic?
Yeah, it was
Okay,
Sonic.
good.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Good. Ben Schwartz deserves it.
But I don't know. I didn't like Angry Birds. I couldn't get into it. I was just like, eh.
I mean, I don't like Candy Crush,
Thanks.
but that doesn't make it a bad
So many
game.
people still play Candy Crush.
I
Oh
know.
my god.
Every 45
Why?
to 55-year-old woman still plays Candy Crush.
Why is it so popular? I don't understand. How did it get popular? How has it stayed popular?
Because it's Bejeweled, but cuter.
Nothing's wrong with Bejeweled. Bejeweled is fine.
No, nothing's wrong with Bejeweled. I'm not saying that anything is wrong with Bejeweled. But Candy Crush, before Bejeweled really kind of solidified themselves as a mobile game staple, Candy Crush was like, hey man, I'm here. I'm cute.
Gonna give people diabetes?
Fat chocolate.
I was.
But can we talk about the funniest mobile game that made it for me?
Shut up, Jacob.
My favorite example of a mobile game that made it is Words with Friends, the board game.
Really?
Do you know what Words with Friends, the
It's
board
Sprout.
game is? It's
Sonic
Scrabble!
Hedgehog. Wait, Sonic Hedgehog is not the highest grossing video
It's
game.
7.
It's number 7.
Then what's
The number 1.
It's
actually-
Warcraft? What the? Are you shitting me? The Warcraft movie was hot garbage.
Although it says that's highest grossing, that doesn't necessarily mean that it did the best in terms of its raw.
What it cost? Well, yeah, what it cost versus.
Yeah.
You too much money went into that Warcraft movie. Too much money.
It only made $6 million more than Detective Pikachu though.
Oh, Detective Pikachu is a video game movie, isn't it?
Mhm.
I disagree with this list already because they're considering the Resident Evil
Oh.
because the Resident Evil movies do not follow the games at all. At all.
Well, they're
Zero.
they're inspired by them. I mean, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie doesn't follow the games,
Wow, good on Vulture. Vulture
But-
has done a 35, they did all 35 video game movies ranked from least bad to absolute worst.
From least bad, not good to
Abs-
bad.
Yeah, least bad,
Least
absolute
bad to
worst.
most bad.
Yeah. So,
Mortal Kombat's gotta
for
be on the list.
example, Yeah, well, Mortal Kombat.
We're
It might
way
not be
off.
the first video game movie, but Mortal Kombat is the apex of the form.
We are way off topic.
We're way
Okay,
off topic.
So for in Brenna's qualifications to make it big, you have to have a movie made about you. That's your
Or
qualification.
just like something. You have to make it mainstream in some way, right? Like a board game that's branded as Words with Friends as opposed to Scrabble, which Words with Friends is a direct copy of. Yeah, I mean.
Okay, a few things. Having a movie made about you means you made it big. That means the Battleship board game made it big.
Oh God,
I agree.
Jacob.
That also means that Dick Cheney made it big.
I mean, he did shoot someone in the face with a
He
shotgun.
was
I
also
think
the
he'd
vice
already-
president for 8 years. Like, does everyone forget that? Like,
Matter. You gotta
No,
move-
that doesn't matter.
And Christian Bale played him
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
wait, what?
Yes, Christian
You
Bale
know
was Dick
Christian
Cheney.
Bale plays Dick
Dick
Cheney?
Cheney.
In
He
what
gained,
universe?
Like 40 pounds for the role. Because he's Christian Bale.
We live in the worst timeline. Where Christian Bale plays Dick Cheney.
Christian Bale, yeah, but like Christian
This
Bale
is
would
the-
totally shoot someone in the face with a shotgun. So like,
This is the worst timeline. But he would do it on purpose and he would
Yes,
make it look
he would.
awesome.
he
like-
would not make it look awesome. He would just shout at people more. Sorry, I hate
You
Christian
watch
Bale.
Equilibrium? Like, wait, what? It's like I don't even know you. Why do you hate Christian Bale?
I think he's an asshole.
Why?
He.
Cheney
because
called him a dick. I love it.
I just think Christian Bale is a jerk. That's all.
Why though? Like, have you
every
met him
interview-
and he was mean to
No,
you?
but,
Like,
like for every like, I don't know, like just remember that time he like screamed at the like movie techs and like the like movie assistants. Like remember that? I
No.
remember that vividly. Yeah.
what do you mean you remember that? Were you there? Like, what?
No, but like I remember reading about it and just
Yeah,
being
no,
like, ah, that
don't,
makes
don't
sense.
look it up. Don't look it up. I believe you. Focus. Can we focus, please?
No, I refuse to focus today. You cannot be tamed.
We're supposed to test streaming later.
Were we?
We're also not that far into the episode.
Oh, he
We're not.
instead of Terminator
No.
Salvation.
What?
Yeah, he was in Terminator Salvation.
Oh,
It was a great movie.
I thought Christian Bale had married Winona Ryder, in which that didn't make sense. No, he married Winona Ryder's Serbian-American former model, makeup artist, and personal assistant. Fun fact.
I can find articles on the internet for days.
He made Batman boring.
I don't agree with that point.
I think he did.
Dangerous method acting.
Dangerous method acting, I agree with.
The Big Short. I didn't watch that. He's better at choosing movies than being in them. Wow, harsh. He can't be emotional. Yeah, because he's fucking played Batman. He was in Equilibrium, which is a movie about not having emotions. He was fucking Patrick Bateman in American Psycho. Like,
Okay,
he's just
okay.
he's just
In-
in all these movies where he plays a character that doesn't have emotions.
He's a
In
character.
July 8th, in July of 2008, Bale flew into an angry rant on the set of Terminator Salvation while filming in New Mexico. In February 2009, the audio recording of the incident was released. The tirade was directed at Shane Hulbert, the director of photography for the film. According to Bale, Hulbert had, for the second time, ruined his concentration by walking onto the set during a scene. The recording is of Bale directing profanities at Hulbert, threatening to belittle him, and finally threatening to quit the film if Hulbert repeated the offense without being fired for it.
Wow, harsh.
Like, it's
I didn't know
his-
that. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Or
like-
if you're ever angry in your life.
Also,
Thank
gotta
you.
be honest, the Dark Knight movies aren't that great.
Also, I don't like this. I don't like what they're saying here. Speaking of which, Terminator Salvation was a disposable piece of over-serious, confusing sci-fi trash. Wow.
Fine.
I liked Terminator Salvation,
Oh.
first of all.
I've never
Terminator
watched
2 is still
Terminator.
the best Terminator movie, but like,
I've never watched a single Terminator piece of media. Today is just the day of like hot opinions.
they're getting worse.
like hot. It's like hot takes the episode. from me.
Terminator 3 was bad, and then they like Salvation was okay, and then the rest of them just got worse after that.
I don't care.
Anyway.
Nothing about Terminator makes me care. But you know what I do care about? Mobile games.
No, you don't. You've been the one that's derailing the episode, other than
Me?
Mr. Genghis Khan
Yes.
is a fictional character over here.
Hey, I am the one who's been laying stacks of pennies and quarters on our proverbial train, like.
What?
Look,
There's like an urban.
Waffle Boy's doing his best.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like picking up like these large coins for me, laying them on railroad tracks to derail the trains. It's like an urban legend. You can derail a train by like stacking enough pennies on the.
Oh, okay. I was like, where the fuck? Like, what on earth? Oh my! What? How do you know these things? Like where do you learn these things? Like
Stroop Waffle Boy is the most powerful sidekick.
Also the tiniest sidekick.
You have like ant powers. Anyway,
it's like,
I don't know.
Okay. Side note. This is a real side note that's actually funny. It's funny to me. Point. Okay, so you know how when my wife laughs.
The episode.
Okay, yeah, whatever. So you know how when my wife laughs too hard, she snorts.
Yes.
Familiar.
Yeah, right. People do that, right? Whatever. But anyway, so we have written into our Home Assistant app a snort bot. So anytime she snorts, we log it. Yeah, like that. So anytime she snorts, we log it, and so it keeps track of all time snorts per day, longest time in between snorts, and time since the last snort.
Wow.
So
without the first bit of context for this story, the second bit really, really, really doesn't make sense. It just sounds like you're a recovering cocaine addict.
No, okay. Well, the reason I got to
and now it clicks.
It took me a second to think to get that. The reason I'm thinking about this is because Christian Bale, and then you were complaining about The Dark Knight not being good.
Because it's not good.
So I was on Facebook, I think, is where I saw it, and it was like one of those like deadpan serious jokes that's like not funny or whatever. And so I turned around because her desk is behind mine, and so I turned around and I was like, I like repeated the joke to her, and I was like, "What did Batman say to Robin before they got in the Batmobile?"
Hey, Robin.
I don't know.
Robin, get in the Batmobile. And she laughed and snorted, and I was like, it's like kind of funny, but it's not that funny. I don't know. It was probably because it was like 2:00 in the morning, and she's been really tired in grad school. But that aside,
it gave me a sensible chuckle.
Your complaint about the Batman movies reminded me of that. Happened yesterday. Anyway, mobile games.
Mobile games.
Are there any Batman mobile games?
Absolutely.
I think there's a Terminator Salvation mobile game, but I've not played it.
Look, man, it's safe to assume that there's a mobile game for everything. That doesn't mean they're good. Like,
this
the Minions have mobile games.
A lot of hot garbage.
There's so much hot garbage. Do we want to talk about the hot garbage and, like, how a lot of it's just, like, trying to steal money from children and mislead? Like, I feel like we can't do that, though, because that's, like, such a heavy topic to, like, bring into this supposedly lighthearted
mess.
Garbage fire.
Well, okay, so...
Lighthearted garbage fire, name of the episode.
Well, no, actually, I was trying to remember if she brought that up about doing a mobile games episode, and I was like, have we done one before? And I was like, oh, sensible person, like, let me look at the, like, channel, and let me look at all the videos. And they all have these fucking, like, wild names, so I was like, I have no idea if we've done a mobile games episode, so we're gonna do one, like, because they all have these, like, wildly unhelpful names, like...
I mean, but I feel like it's like memorable.
The best names episodes are the heavy bullying episodes and the episodes that all start with Rudy Tooty McShooty. Like, you know what's being talked about in those episodes.
I searched Batman in the Google Play Store.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna read you the titles. It gets worse. Okay, so first is Marvel Strike Force. That's fine.
Okay.
Batman.
Yeah. It's a Batman game. We're moving on.
Marvel Strike
Yeah,
Force.
somehow you search Batman, you get Marvel. The next is Batman, the Telltale series.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, that makes
Next,
sense.
Batman, the Enemy Within, also by Athlon Games, the same one that made the Telltale series, or at least is producing it for mobile. Lego Batman, DC Superheroes. Lego Batman, Gotham. DC Legends, Fight Superheroes. VRSE Batman, I don't know what that is. Injustice 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Some Batman game in Portuguese.
Cool.
I don't.
You think it's Portuguese, or you're assuming?
No.
Or
I'm assuming it's Portuguese. But just because
why?
I've seen a lot of Portuguese. Like.
Okay, I was like,
Look at this guy seeing a lot of Portuguese.
Brenda's just angry. Ignore her.
I don't know how to speak Portuguese. It's just the writing is.
But you can recognize it. Okay.
No, yeah, no, I get it. Like Portuguese is a fairly recognizable language. Yeah, no, for sure.
Next is the Batmobile RC controller by Mattel.
Okay.
Then this is where it gets wild.
The one in Portuguese wasn't wild?
No, the one in Portuguese was not wild. I assume that's still like actually a game about Batman. Okay, next is Flying Superhero Robot This is the name of this game. Flying Superhero Robot Transform Bike City Battle.
It's so long.
Okay, wait.
It has
Okay.
over 1 million downloads. I don't think it has anything to do with Batman. Next is Bat Stickman Rope Hero Gangstar Crime by
Wait.
High Gamer LLC.
Okay, I want someone to pick a word. I just want to see if there are any mobile games that come up associated with that word.
Justice
Not apps,
Streets of Crime.
games.
Bat Spider Stickman Rope Hero Vegas Gangstar Crime.
What on earth? Jacob, stop.
Oh
Wait.
my
Okay,
God.
last one. Hero City Bank Robbery Crime City Rescue Mission. By 3D Space, spelled 3D and then 2 little E's.
Look, I'd be willing to
the
bet
city
that,
was in the title of that game, like, what, 3 times?
yeah, I would be willing to bet that like we
We
can't
can't see
your
it,
phone.
Jacob. We can only see the stroopwafels.
Can you see it?
Put it in
No,
front
we
of
can
you.
only see the
There
other
we go. Yeah. No, keep it there.
Tutorial Bat Superhero 3 Beyond Gotham Adventure.
Someone should be sued for
How is
that.
that title? Also, tutorials in lowercase. And why is it like who wants a game that is entirely tutorials?
That game probably steals your information.
Most of these probably steal your information. And finally, after all of that
The
garbage,
Portuguese one steals your information and transfer. The Portuguese one steals your information and translates it into Portuguese.
Yeah.
That one's actually useful.
Like, yeah.
So you said what? Pick a word?
Yeah, pick a word. I'm curious. Like, pick like a word and let's see if there's a game around it.
You know, the first word comes to mind anytime someone's like, pick a word.
It's dicks.
Yeah, well, of course. What?
watermelon.
Watermelon?
Okay. Watermelon game.
Okay.
Fruit Ninja is the top
Yeah.
one that comes up. Idle Slice and Dice. Lucky Pie. Watermelon Smasher. Frenzy. Yeah. Smash Ball. Unicorn Chef.
Fruits?
Watermelon Shooting. What? Watermelon
Shooting
Shooting Pro.
Watermelon archery shooter.
This is
What does
Watermelon
it say?
Shooting
Shoot like
Pro.
a real cowboy.
Yeah.
You know, the Wild West was known for the verdant fields of watermelon.
Galaxy Mirror Glaze Cake. Liquid Factory. Press Smash Anti-Stress. It is a hydraulic press simulator app game thing.
Oh, okay. I got a word.
Okay, what's your new word?
Light bulb.
Ooh, light bulb game. I feel like I'm gonna do light bulb, whatever word, and then game after it.
Oh no. I hate
Idle Idle Light City.
Look at the eyes on that light bulb.
Yeah, it's horrifying.
Oh, look.
Crack
It's
and
like
break
bedroom
it.
eyes.
Crack and
The
break
light
it.
Giving bedroom eyes.
Do you like to prank your friends and parents? Have you ever dreamed to crack window, break light bulbs, fluorescent lamps, or glass blocks? Do you love to break glass things in your childhood? If yes, then this app is for you, and it's free! Face 3 exclamation points. Light bulb 3D. Oh, okay. This looks like a circuitry thing, like a circuitry game, like a garbage circuitry game.
What the?
Yo, light connector, power lines, light bulb ball.
What is that picture you just sent, Jacob?
That's the light bulb from the Idle Light City game.
Okay, I have to share screen just so that everyone can look at this and how horrible it is.
It's real bad.
This is probably one of the most horrible things I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, it's bad.
I don't want to look at that. It's
There goes all my stuff.
Jesus.
Oh no, he's gone.
He's gone. He's disappeared into the Stroop
He's gonna
Waffles.
get sued by the Stroop Waffles. This episode's a fucking hot mess.
Okay, point though. This like your experiment here with the random word and the like random garbage.
Right,
that
it's to show that
is to show that like there is so much garbage on the App Store or like the Google Play Store. There's like
Yeah.
so much just like
it's so saturated and like
yeah, it's not like on Apple it's like policed a little bit better, but Google Play just like you could just put fucking anything on that on the
Yeah.
Google Play Store. Like and it's still like so
and it
heavily
like
saturated.
well and
with
it like
garbage.
half of them like steal your information, activate your camera and creepily watch you, record you while you're playing, like garbage shit like that. And like it's bad. And like this is just the world we live in where like people are bad.
I don't know. The worst thing though about mobile games is not them slowly becoming more and more derivative garbage. It's the perfection of microtransactions.
Oh
like
god.
like mobile games
Microtransactions
did not
and
invent
ads.
microtransactions, but they perfected them.
And like ads too. Like invasive ads.
I don't have well okay. So I don't have a problem with the ads being on free games, like games that are totally free, like you download them for free, whatever.
So
I don't really have a
I
problem
do.
with them, but I have a serious problem when you pay money to download a game and the game still has ads. Like
I have a problem with
what
it.
did I pay the
If
money
it-
for?
If it were just okay, so if it were just a 30-second ad roll, whatever, like that plays before a YouTube video, that's whatever. I have a problem with it when it automatically, without you clicking buttons, takes you to the App Store. So it like you leave the
Just so we can like I'm gonna share again for this and then never again will we do this.
Oh my god. Oh
Yeah, we can never search for a random word in mobile games again. Otherwise,
we can't do it. We just can't do it. I have a problem with it when you leave the app you're playing, go to the App Store because that is where it automatically takes you without you clicking on anything. That's when I have issues. And
Yeah, that's a problem.
And a lot of Apple games do that. Or like they hide the X. So you
Or there's
like,
a fake X. That one's
or
my
there's
favorite.
a fake X. Like it's just so predatory, right? Like, and microtransactions like fall into this category of like it's just very predatory.
Especially considering now like so many kids like
Play
like for
these
one
games.
like
Yeah.
kids that are this is like my old person thing of the day. Kids that are way too fucking young have smartphones. But also like kids that are like, "Oh, can I play games on your phone?" Every time someone's
Yeah.
like, I'm like, "No." I'm like, "Get away from me." No. Cuz I don't want to end up spending like $900 on some
Because
whatever.
it happens so
like,
often. Like, yeah.
like
But that's
I mean,
also-
there's not another word for it other than predatory. Like you're absolutely right.
there's that's why I like really appreciate games like Plague Inc. That even though they are now on the laptop, Plague Inc. you can still play and have a full, enjoyable experience without any ads, any hyper predatory like microtransactions. It's just a game that you play, and hey, do you want to unlock bonus scenarios? Pay $1, pay $2, and you can get some bonus
Swine
material. Yeah, you can get the swine flu DLC. Like, you're just paying for DLC at that point. And that's fine. DLC is perfectly acceptable unless you're EA with The Sims. And here's where we're going to go back to what EA did right.
Yeah, okay. So I want to hear about this.
So EA had Tetris. Where there ads, there were like bar ads at the top and bottom.
Banners.
But they weren't like, yeah, they were banners. They weren't invasive. Occasionally you would get like a 30-second ad if you wanted to like not, like if you died while playing it, it would like, you could like choose to like watch a 30-second ad.
If you died.
You
physically died, you could watch an ad, come back, reincarnate, and continue to play Tetris.
And it would like take out the like last 7 lines or whatever. Like, whatever. That's fine. Then, as of April, they...
Oh, so recently. Okay.
Recently. This is a recent anger I've had.
Jacob, what are you doing? It's so distracting.
Watching it try to cell shade around you is just like...
Yeah, I'm revealing parts of reality. I'm breaking... Guys,
wait, Jacob, have we been lying this whole time that you're not now the size of a stroopwafel? What?
Guys,
what? Doing a bit?
I never lie about that.
Anyway. So, then they sold it back to, like, a Tetris brand. Like, whatever they wanted to call it.
Does Tetris have its own brand? Like, who owns Tetris?
Fuck if I know right now. It was EA, now it's not. So they made their own app, which it was significantly worse. It was like way clunkier. The controls were a lot weirder. They were going to take some getting used to. But I didn't want to get used to them because when you opened the app, you watched a game. Between games, you watched a game. If you
mean
pause,
an ad?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you pause, if you paused the game, like because you had
to watch an ad before you come back.
You had to watch an ad before you came back. Like, and there was no like if you wanted to avoid it, you had to pay $4 a month.
What the fuck? A monthly subscription to not have ads.
A monthly subscription to not have ads on a Tetris app.
Holy shit!
And there's like very few other Tetris apps on the game store, and if they're on there, they're complete garbage. So do you know what I've resorted to like picking up in my spare time as opposed to Tetris, because I don't have a Switch to play Tetris 99, so I haven't been able to really play Tetris at all, and it like makes me sad because I love the
You
game.
still can't find a Switch?
No, they're all $600. Like
Jesus Christ,
they're sold out hard.
They're sold out. Like not even a light. Like
Okay. Don't settle for the Switch Lite though. Like pro tip, do not get a Switch Lite.
Abby's been paying attention to Switch prices for Brenna and for
Has she actually? Like that's the reason?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They just out of the blue, she was like, oh, like Switch prices are still like crazy, and I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, for Brenna and like her brother-in-law, because he doesn't have a Switch either. So.
Yikes! I'm glad I got mine when I did. I just walked in and they were like everywhere. I was like, I'm gonna get one of these. They were like, okay.
Hey man, wanna buy a Switch?
I don't know. Like,
you don't want to sell me.
Anyway, this is the only time I will say anything good about EA. Like, to the extent that I recently logged on to play Sims, and I got like a how likely are you to recommend Origin and EA games to people, and I took the survey and I put it as a 1, and I said, you're bad and you ruin everything I love about this game, but I'm still going to play it because it's fine, and I spent money on it.
okay, we're there now. We made it.
We made it to the end.
Well, no. Side note, like, we need to have an episode one of these days about EA so I can shit on them. Because, like, EA may have ruined things you love. EA took Westwood Studios from me. That's all I'm gonna say. We're gonna back up now, because.
But that's not the next episode.
No, the
next
rage
episode
is boiling.
Is going to be about retro mini and handheld games.
Okay, rage is boiling though. About. I'm not. I see
Maybe
the title
I
of that. I'm not
angry
looking at that. No, the rage is boiling already about EA.
I won't be
Point.
the angry one. Although I wasn't the angry one on the Shrek episode. Let's be clear here.
Point. I wasn't angry about the Shrek episode. I was just like, why are we doing this?
You
right
were
now?
mad.
I was just like, why are we here?
Like
I was not
you
mad.
bro.
I was just like, why are we here? Why is this happening to me? Why did I agree to this?
I don't know.
Anyway.
I had fun. Jacob, did you have fun?
I enjoyed it.
There we go. That's all that matters.
Anyway, I was mad on your behalf. Claire did not notice the any of the green like makeup or anything that you did until I pointed it out to her.
Yeah.
So I was angry on your behalf for the Shrek.
And
episode.
I got all Shrek'd up and
Don't say that. That puts horrible images in my mind.
Shrek'd you up.
Oh no. No, I actually like that song. Now it's ruined forever.
Good.
Oh no.
Bad song.
It's not that bad. Point. Paying money
Mobile
for things.
games?
Yeah, paying money
Yeah.
for things. Games that I have spent money on, I feel more like attached to. I feel like oh, I spent money on this, like I have to play it more.
That's the point of microtransactions, is that you play them, you spend money, and then because you spent money, you play them, but then like you run out of the thing that you spent money on, so you're like, I either spend more money or I play it more to get back to the point that I had it. Like,
it's not necessarily with microtransactions. Like I still have the Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars game on my phone, but I haven't touched it in like well over a year. But I was like, I spent money on this. Like I want it. And in my like infinite stupidity, I deleted the Infinity Blade games off my phone. Because first of all, those games are fucking amazing. The lore, the gameplay, the sound design, fucking great. If you can get a hold of them, play them. They're fucking great. The second one's the best.
Can't get a hold of them though.
Can you not? Were they taken off the store completely?
They're gone. They are gone.
I have to look.
you know what other
Unless you
game.
physically have it on your device, like it's.
in the same way that Flappy Bird is.
Yeah, I looked into.
Well, the problem with Flappy Bird was that they like had a bunch of copyright issues that killed them.
Yeah.
If you play Flappy Bird, just play Helicopter.
It's the same, except for a helicopter.
Except for Helicopter's better.
Do you identify as an Apache attack helicopter when you play helicopter?
Wow, Jacob's right. They are totally toasted.
You identify as a bird, like a
But
with tiny wings.
okay, but you can get Infinity Blade stickers for your messenger.
I am an Apache attack helicopter.
Oh, okay.
That's so surprising. Not the Apache attack helicopter thing, but like that it's completely off the store. Did they say why? Like I knew they were stopping support for it, but I didn't know I didn't know they were completely removing it.
I think they just didn't. They probably had the team that was working on it. They probably had them working on other things, and
Like Fortnite.
they said that they didn't.
Infinity Blade was made by Epic Games, by the way.
Yeah, they said they weren't giving it the love that it deserved, and so they decided to just get rid of it.
To kill it. Damn,
Kill your darlings.
that blows me. Point. Where was I going with that?
It's not you, it's me.
Maybe instead of playing
Games-
Infinity Blades, you should play a different game with blades in the title, Elder Scroll Blades, and finally
No,
someone
maybe
will
you
actually
should
play
not.
that game.
Well, yeah. Okay. I didn't know you were going with the joke there. I thought you were actually. I thought you
No.
were actually toting Elder Scrolls Blades for a second. I got really concerned.
Because you never
Try-
know
I
when
tried
you're
to
going to
stop
need a
everyone.
free hand.
It's for jerking off.
Thanks, Todd. Thanks,
Todd. That's what everyone.
Well said.
Well, it's the way Todd said
Howard.
it. It's the way.
Why do you keep calling him Todd? Like, you're not on first name basis. Like, it's Todd Howard. Like, just say Todd Howard. Like, don't say Todd.
It's because of the McElroy.
Todd makes him sound like
are on a first name basis with Todd Howard. So mostly because of Spore, right?
Yeah, mostly because of Spore. Yeah. But like, I feel like Todd
makes him sound like your weird roommate, or like your weird neighbor that like lives across the hall and like collects bananas.
Maybe it's my.
Like, I don't know.
Maybe I'm actually talking about my English teacher from sophomore year of high school.
His name was Todd.
His name was Todd.
That's unfortunate.
No last name.
I mean, he had a last name, but I'm friends with him on Facebook, and there's like this much of a chance he watches this show.
So what you're telling me is
there's a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Never seen that movie. Just know that quote.
Speaking of being friends with teachers on Facebook, though, although this actually doesn't quite apply, I don't think I'm friends with her on Facebook. I was working a tutoring job, and my 8th grade English teacher like showed up one day as an employee, and I was like, "Oh, hey, like what? Like we're coworkers now." Like, I was like, "Do you remember me?"
Who did you have for it? What team were you on? I won't call out names, but what team were you on?
Argonauts.
You were the Argonauts. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I was Olympians.
Our Olympians was 7th grade. I think somehow.
Oh yeah, no, Sharks, Seekers, and Olympians was 7th grade.
Yeah, I was Olympian.
8th grade was Argonauts.
For people who have never had this garbage occur in their lives, often in middle school and in junior highs.
Middle school, they sorted us like instead of year, they sorted us into teams.
Well, but beyond that, it was to kind of keep the kids in contained groups. For example, I was in Team 6-1, the Pride. We were Lions. We were the Pride.
Abby said hers was creatively designated into teams A, B, C, and D.
that's like the classic. That's like one of my favorite John Mulaney bits, where it's like, there were the smart kids, and then there were the smart kids who were called like the Flying Angel, like the Blue Angels, named after the like famous like Air Force team, and then they got to pick their other name for the team he was on, and they creatively picked the name Group 2.
Thanks. Harsh.
Also, side note, did I miss the blue t-shirt memo today? You could have told me.
Oh, no, I'm wearing my Scotch Network shirt.
Yes.
It's still a blue t-shirt.
It is a blue
t-shirt. Oh my god.
even Abby has operated out of the Stroop waffles.
Yep.
There we are. Hello.
Yep, blue t-shirt.
This is the most we've seen of Jacob's apartment in 2 weeks.
In 1 week.
What shirt is that, Jacob?
It's a shirt for my mission, but the material is really bad, so you can't really even tell what's on it anymore.
Okay.
It was.
I'm just interested to know because your shirts are always classic.
This one isn't classic. This is just like a junk shirt.
I told
Idaho on it.
I told Josh and Brittany about the Jaws of Life shirt, and they thought that was the greatest shirt they'd ever heard of. Probably not, but they laughed for a bit about it.
I mean, like I could have put on a blue t-shirt. We could have.
But you refuse to get up from your couch, and putting on a blue t-shirt is work.
We're already an hour into the episode. I mean,
just let it go.
We got continuity issues.
Wait,
you know what I mean? For all the editing we do. You know?
Continuity.
What?
Jacob, shut the fuck up. No, stop.
What?
No.
Wait, what?
What? No.
Continuity.
I don't get it.
Continuity, because we're talking about shirts.
Like a cotton shirt, like continuity.
Anyways, I think we should edit the episode and just put like a really like dumb looking blue shirt over Brenna.
Until I reference the blue shirts.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have any final thoughts on mobile games?
Okay, mobile games. Mobile
We've really
games.
gone off the rails. I mean,
Mobile games are the reason people poop for 3 hours.
they're the modern. They're the easy way to play video games right now, right? Like,
Yeah.
they're for the
Casual
average
game.
person.
They've given rise to casual gaming in a very
They
extreme
have
way.
mainstreamed video games in a lot of ways, and I'm like, I think that's a good thing. No, I think it's a good thing. Don't give me that face.
No,
It's a
I'm
good
not
thing.
saying it's not a good thing. I would argue that point that they mainstream video games.
I do wonder
Why? Yeah, we've got grandmas playing video games. We have people who would never play a video game in their life playing video games.
Okay.
the question is though, how much is mobile gaming like a gateway into games that we consider
It's the gateway drug.
Yeah, like how much
The gateway
are
games.
what we consider to be like video games as art? You know,
It's not.
yeah.
But it is. But see, and that's where like the video games as art, like, which kills me. But that's where the video games as art like argument dies, is on mobile games. So because but there are so many like Sword and Sorcery originally was a mobile game. Monument Valley, Fez was not originally a mobile game, but like there's so many mobile games that are gorgeous to look at, have fantastic soundtracks, have great writing. But the problem, and they should be considered art through and through, 100%. But the problem now is that they're buried under so much like derivative garbage.
Like every Diner Dash.
Right, like every clone of Diner Dash, or every like clone of Bejeweled, or like every like just like everybody's trying to make a quick buck. Like they're trying to like ape something that's popular, offer for 99 cents, maybe like 100 people download it. They're trying to make money. And the problem is like these companies that just pop up and like ape something that's popular, change 2 or 3 things, and it's the same. And so
the thing
games as art on a mobile platform, if you will, are failing because of the derivative garbage that's being just pumped out like constantly.
The thing that really gets me about it is like I have zero issues with like the Candy Crushes of the world. Like even the like all the Bejeweled fodder in the world. I have no issue with that. Where I start to take issue is with like the games, quote unquote. The the hydraulic press simulator games, or the like easy like cutting games, simulator games, where like they're taking like mundane activities and like turning them into a game for a mobile device that like kids will play and like not think about.
Okay, so here's the real question then. When is a game a game? Like what base?
Man,
base
I feel like
really...
we could do a whole episode about that because like
right.
I feel like
so,
there
like,
are definitely
defines...
people who would argue like Oregon Trail's not a game.
Yeah, so like what to you defines like what parameters does something need to have to be considered like okay, this is a game?
I feel like this conversation could go on for like another hour.
I have a few like.
Do you have some, or you don't know?
I do have some. Like, for me, and I'll just keep it quick. Like, for me, a game has a consistent and unique tool or like mechanism in which you interact with the like surrounding world, right?
Primary loop. Primary gameplay loop.
There's a primary gameplay loop, and it is consistent with that, right? Like even in a game like Bejeweled, you are matching gems. You are creating lines, those lines go away, you create new lines, those go away.
Okay.
Flappy Bird, you're trying to get through targets.
Okay.
Temple. Yeah, stuff like that. When there's like a goal,
there's a clear goal.
there's a clear beginning, middle, and end to the game that allows it to feel more like a game. Like, it's not arbitrary, it's defined.
Okay. Jacob, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, I have 3 things. 2 are from Abby. One, there's a video by a YouTube channel called Afoy about the first video game that will probably answer some of that establishes the parameters and definition for video and game.
Okay.
And she added there's like tech demos that are kind of along those same lines. The other thing,
Okay.
art is on a spectrum. Some art is clip art.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
You know, like the.
Well,
like-
that's what, like, I'm firmly in the video games or art camp, so
I mean-
and
Typically, like I'm gonna insult people by saying this, but like anyone with a functioning brain is at this point. Like, have you seen games lately? Like, have you?
well, not
heard
even
them?
that. Like, okay,
Like,
when you start to take art out of things, and this is like a whole conversation as well that I could have. When you start taking art out of everyday life, you lose not just art, but you lose innovation, you lose design, you
Yeah.
lose color, you lose flavor, you lose music, you lose interesting things that make life worth living.
getting
And
deep.
Final point I had was like some, not all apps are games. Like it's easy to kind of feel like when you have like the Google Play Store or App Store or whatever. Because I was thinking about how children have like shape those boxes with the different shapes cut out, and you have to match, like put in things.
Right.
There's the equivalent of that on devices now. You know,
Yeah.
is that a game? For a kid, maybe. For us, we view it as a learning activity for them. But like for them, you know, getting it right, like getting 100% on this puzzle, like I don't know.
Okay. No, I understand where you're going with that. That makes sense to me.
It's the difference between an activity and a game, I guess. Like,
Yeah. I would agree.
I just don't like the word activity. It's too vague. That's just like a personal pet peeve of mine. Like the word activity is so vague; it can mean so many things. Especially from like a learning perspective.
Yeah.
Usually,
usually there's a caveat, like there's some kind of goal, you know, like a learning activity or
right. No, I understand.
physical. I don't know,
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. So, I don't know. I feel like I know what both of you are going to say, but I kind of want to hear the why in this. Like, has mobile gaming hurt or helped the video game industry? And I mean like the video game industry, like Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony, like like the big picture, like as a whole. Has it hurt or helped?
It's a really loaded question, right?
Right.
Because
I'm well aware of that.
I think, and you know what, this is one of the few times where we're going to actually be truly pessimistic on this. I think it's hurt because microtransactions have never been more of an issue in the gaming industry. It's
Loot
become-
boxes. We had a whole episode about that, right?
We had, yeah, you guys did a whole episode on loot boxes. And on top of that, like, now there's that, like, crunch time, right? Like, there's developer crunch time that we just don't talk about as, like, a video gaming community, in which we put these developers and these graphic designers under an intense amount of pressure to finish a game and finish it quickly and make it now, make it good. And, like, because we need it. You owe it to us to make us the best thing in the world, fast and quick and easy.
Well,
and
I
if we
think that's-
fucking hate it, it's like not on us.
No, that's I completely disagree with that. That is
You really?
Well, no. That's not on the consumer at all. It's on the video games are a corporation. level.
Right.
Of
right.
that.
Well,
That's
no.
the problem. Is like
no, I'm not
it's like
saying
video game companies don't give a fuck about us. Like
no. What I'm
first and
saying,
foremost, like they don't care. They want to
That's-
make new games faster to get
I
money.
think you're missing my point. My point is like we say like they like as
Who's we?
consumers,
Like collective
as
we.
consumers,
Okay,
as consumers, we a lot of times too, because of the quick, fast-paced nature of things, people are really quick to just say like, "Oh, that game's gonna be garbage," whether it's out or not, whether we played it or not, whether we know anything about it or not. People will just say, "Oh, it's garbage," and like, if it's not out in the time frame that we need it, it's garbage. Obviously, there's something wrong with it. It's gonna be garbage when it comes out. People are saying that about Cyberpunk 76. 2076, 2077, whatever the fuck. It doesn't matter. My point is, people keep saying, "Oh, the game must be broken because they haven't put it out yet." And like,
I clearly don't spend enough time on the internet because people are wrong. Like,
well,
holy fuck.
You avoid like Reddit. You avoid places where there's like discussion that happens. I could do a whole episode about how I don't like the Reddit discussion thread
I
forum.
don't avoid discussions. I just avoid the bullshit. Like, I don't. Like, this is why I don't watch reviews. Like, I watch Zero Punctuation because he's fucking hilarious. But I don't watch, like, game reviews. I don't, like, go to, like, Metacritic or whatever to, like, read about
Yeah,
a game.
I mean, video game journalism is weird
because there's so much, like, maybe it'll be good, maybe it'll be bad. Like, I want to have some... For games that I'm interested... For games that I'm interested in initially, I want to have some kind of like objectivity before I go into it. Like obviously, my view on Cyberpunk 2077 is subjective because I've played CD Projekt Red games. The Witcher 3 was a fucking masterpiece. Like so,
But even
I'm
outside of that,
excited
like-
to see, and it was delayed a billion fucking times.
But outside of that, like Fallout 76, we had no frame of reference for what Fallout 76 was going to be,
Right,
and the
Fallout
internet
4 was
already
great.
hated it. The internet
But
already
Fallout
hated it.
76, but Fallout 76 took the core they took the primary gameplay element out of Fallout.
Yes, no, and I'm not saying that like Fallout 76 is a great game. It's a bad game, and I'm sad I wasted my money on it. However, like the internet hated it before it came out. People already had opinions, and then when things didn't go immediately their way, it just fell apart. Like,
well, in
and
that
I
case,
feel they cared.
In that case, it was because Bethesda was like, "Oh, this is what the game is going to be," and everyone was like, "That's not Fallout." What? Like that's like you've taken the people on the internet, like the internet knew that they had taken the primary gameplay element out of Fallout and still called it Fallout. Like call it something else. Like don't call it that. Like give it a new name. Like rebrand it. Don't make it like people are going to be really confused in 1,000 years when they're like, okay, we have Fallout 4 and Fallout 76. Like where's Fallout 5 through Fallout 75? Like people are going to be horribly confused. Not the point. I see what you're saying, but in some cases I agree with it, in some cases I disagree.
I don't know. I just feel like because of the fast-paced nature and also like mobile gaming has never made video games look more predatory. Again, going back to that, right? Like it's never made like parents have such a negative perception right now of like letting their kids play video games because it's so sucks you in and wastes your time.
Mind-numbing. And there's such like derivative garbage.
Yeah.
On mobile gaming that it's like so soul sucking. It's like
But I love parts of mobile gaming. Obviously, like I play mobile games.
Yeah, I mean, we all
regular video games.
We've all
I feel like we all do.
Mobile games.
But it's just really frustrating. I just get really frustrated when people keep actively trying to make life worse for everyone else. I just have such an issue with selfishness. That's it. I think that's what it boils down to. Is just like a sociological and psychological issue I have with people. I love humanity. I have every faith in humanity. I hate humans.
Destroy them all.
Yeah,
Destroy
Destroy All Humans comes out in 2 days, and I'm fucking hyped. I am so ready. I played the demo. It's on Steam now. Check it out. Not sponsored.
Jacob has mobile gaming heard or helped?
I have things So this has nothing to do with mobile gaming, but it's more on the point of.
Why do you hurt me in this way?
Development crunch time. So there's a really good video called "The Engoodening of No Man's Sky."
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And have you seen it?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yes.
But it's
I watched it
excellent.
like yesterday or something. It was very recent.
Excellent. Talking about people releasing.
I'm still on the fence about No Man's Sky though.
Basically, but thankfully they doubled down and
they fixed it.
Now it's a game.
No one plays it, but it's fixed.
Yeah. And then Abby added, with the new Animal Crossing, some people are saying that it's basically an early access game. So many things, not just holiday events, weren't present at launch. And a lot of classic NPCs that Datamine seems to suggest are coming don't exist. And there's very limited furniture.
See, Animal Crossing especially, I sort of agree with that and I sort of don't. The reason I agree with that is like exactly what you said. Like data mining suggests that these things already exist, and I fucking hate that. Like just wait to release the game. What I don't agree with is like Animal Crossing, like we mentioned earlier, Animal Crossing is a game that you play over a period of time. Like you play it every day, like you get your fish, like you pick up your fossils, like you talk to your residents every single day. So you have to keep you have to keep updating it. You have to release these things in small bites to keep people playing it. Otherwise, if you release everything at once, people are going to play it, they're going to get the biggest house, they're going to get all the whatever shit, and then they're going to be done. They're going to put it down, they're going to whatever.
It's not going to be a game that continues after you stop playing it, right? Those are the most compelling games, are games where they don't need the main player.
Ooh, I like that thought. I would like to very much argue that thought, but I like where that's going.
Because we live by that in our D&D games too. In our D&D games,
you don't exist, or if you didn't exist, it wouldn't be a problem.
Yes, life goes on. Your adventure may have an effect on everyone else's life, but if you weren't there to have that adventure, it wouldn't change everything dramatically.
That's very interesting. As just like a gameplay element. Because in Animal Crossing, like there are, I'm just referencing Animal Crossing because that's what we're talking about. But, like there are some stakes in New Leaf. Like you are the island like representative, and you're like responsible for like bringing people to your island. But like those are very like low stakes to have.
But like in Dark Souls, you don't have to kill the like monsters. In Fallout, you don't have to do the main storyline. In Skyrim, in any Bethesda game, you don't have to play the main storyline for you to have an enjoyable experience in the game and for the world to live and breathe.
So I think a lot of it is that's only that perspective is only true in sandbox games then. Because like so we'll take another example, Dead Cells. You have to play Dead Cells. Like first of all, you have to play great. But you have to play it like you have to do the story because that's all there is to do. There's no like extra like a whatever.
Well, like I'm not saying it's a mentality that exists in Cuphead, right? Like
right, like Cuphead.
Tetris.
The stakes are like if you don't do this, you die. Like
right, and in Tetris,
the devil has your soul. Like
if the blocks fall, like you just lose the game. Like there's nothing to play there, right? Like it's stuff like that mentality doesn't affect it. But I think the problem people have with Animal Crossing specifically is moot because it is a living, breathing game.
Yeah, so you can argue about like, oh, all this stuff should have been here at launch, but if it was, would you still be playing it right now?
Oh, I wasn't saying that was like it was more a point of discussion, less.
Oh no!
No, I'm not saying like, oh, you're wrong and you should feel bad about it, but like that's why it's like that.
Yeah, no, it's good to bring up. Yeah,
that's the way to do it is like if you have like free updates that are part of the game, then that's fine. But like Destiny, on the other hand,
like
well,
that's just a fucking disaster.
DLCs for
Sims 4.
Yeah.
Sims 4, guys. Sims 4.
I mean, this is the world we live in. Like, think about
And these are the ways I think mobile gaming has kind of negatively affected us, right? Like,
well, we'll take it back, like Diablo 2.
Diablo
This
2.
is this is what I'll always like reference. Like Diablo 2, fantastic. It was a masterpiece. It was way ahead of its time. Absolutely sublime game. Sure, it looks like ass now, but you know, welcome to graphics
I mean,
innovation.
it's from like 2005.
20 years.
Yeah, like.
This year is the 20th anniversary of Diablo 2. Point. Diablo 2 came out. Great. Everybody loved it. Everybody played it. Then Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction came, or Path of Destruction? Lord of Destruction. Lord of Destruction came out, and it was about like there was a whole new act. There were new characters. There were new things were introduced. The whole new shit was introduced into the game. It wasn't like stuff that like someone data mined and was like, oh, maybe this will be released later. Like they didn't have that shit then. Like they had expansion packs. You would have said, oh, what about this DLC? People would have been like, what the fuck is DLC? Like get the expansion. What, Jacob? What?
Okay. Well, first my hand was disappearing, but the other thing is, I think that it's a mixed bag with the mobile gaming. Having more open access to being able to develop on
I know where this is going.
Android
Okay.
or other stuff, you get more amateur people getting into coding, and so you end up with a lot of garbage. However, people that are trying to, and you know, this is coming from me also having a perspective of like trying to, you know, having an electrical engineering degree now and trying to get like a job like in that, having something in your portfolio that's like, hey, I made this thing, like, and I published it on the Google store. Like, here's an example of like my coding and, you know, everything that I've done. Like, even if it's not great, like,
Yeah, even if it's trash, it's still a finished product.
yeah.
I mean, it's putting community theater on your resume as an actor. Yeah.
Yeah, so you know, and while there are lots of like sketchy companies that are also going to be taking advantage of stuff like that, there's probably plenty of, you know, there's some indie gamers indie developers who spend 5, 6, 7 years crafting their like magnum opus. And then there's other people who, you know, spend a weekend developing like a dumb solitaire, you know, mobile game.
And there's nothing wrong with harmless garbage. I have no problem with harmless garbage.
Yeah, but yeah,
The problem is with predatory garbage.
There are issues.
We are raccoon connoisseurs.
Yes.
Now that makes us sound like we eat raccoons. We are garbage connoisseurs. We select only the finest garbage to sample.
Yes. So
on that note, finest garbage you've sampled.
I knew a guy.
In terms of mobile gaming, not in terms of actually eating garbage, Jacob.
No, I knew a guy. Like when he would sit in my freshman year of college, when we would hang out like in people's apartments, he would just like reach into their trash cans and pick stuff out and eat it.
And eat it?
Yeah.
That guy's.
He also would eat like random little bits. He'd like rip up bits of paper and eat them. I think he's grown out of it. I'm not sure. I don't think.
I fucking hope so. He should have grown out of that shit before he went to college. Or like after he was 2.
On that note.
That's horrifying.
Some people are poor and do have to dumpster dive, but
that's not what we were talking about. Like
on that note, like final thoughts on mobile games, like actual final thoughts on mobile games.
No, I asked a question. No one answered it. Jacob gave an unrelated anecdote about his friend who eats garbage. Like,
I played this like terrible like fashion game for like a while because I don't know, it was just simple and it reminded me of like the Barbie Mycene days, like those who know, where you just like designed outfits for people.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's all you did.
Jacob.
Final thoughts?
No, like the finest garbage you've sampled.
Oh, the finest garbage I've sampled?
And final thoughts.
As far as mobile games go,
No, in real life, the best thing you've ever eaten. Yes, in mobile games. What the fucking episode is about?
Honestly, the Call of Duty mobile game was pretty good. It just wasn't my jam. But as far as like a free game that you could download, it's pretty good. Like
I played the World at War Zombies one. That was
You
like
played
first
World
person.
at War, really?
Well,
Oh.
like the zombies one that was like first
No, I
person.
know, yeah.
It wasn't terrible. It was pretty bad. It wasn't terrible. Jacob, I'm gonna come to your house and punch you in the throat.
it's more so.
Hey, you'll finally get on a plane.
I'll get back on. Yeah, I'll have stroop
You'll eat
waffles
some stroopwafels.
on the way there. I'm gonna say Conquest 2.
Okay.
It's Conquest, but spelled wrong. And it's Risk, but better
Weird.
and faster, of course. Like regular Risk is slow and boring. But it's faster, of course, because you're playing against kind of really dangerously smart AI. Not dangerous like they're gonna kill us all, but dangerous isn't like, wow, this is hard, frustrating. Keep dying. Final thoughts.
Someone make me a good Tetris app.
Everyone has games on their phone. That's my final thought.
Yeah.
Everyone has games on their phone. Everyone will have games on their phone. Everyone will probably always have games on their phone.
Because it's far easier to play 2048 than read the news.
That's true. It's also simple to play something on the bus while you're on your way to work, or on the train, or while you're in line at Starbucks, or whatever.
That's what I was going for, right? Like you could, in those situations, you could either read the news, read something on the internet, or play a simple game. Do something mindless. Turn off for a second. You don't have to be on and performing all the time.
I see what you mean about the Tetris app.
It's so bad! Someone make me a good Tetris app. That's my final thought. Is a cry out to the ether.
A cry for help.
Someone make me a good Tetris phone app for the Apple Store. Get on it.
Oh, for the Apple Store? Dang it. If you had Android, I could make you one.
Nah, man. I'm an Apple whore and I love it.
That sounds like something completely different. That sounds like you will do sexual favors for apples.
Apple stealing whore. Anyone? Lemon stealing whores?
No.
Guys,
my only Lemons
meme.
reference is Mega Man.
This is a great meme. Wow, look
I'll
at
look it
our
up.
lemon trees, sweetie.
I'll look it up.
It's in that like
Do I look up lemon stealing whores,
Yeah,
or is that gonna send me like to a
No.
sketchy website?
No, it'll send you to a YouTube link probably of like a terrible porn intro.
Lemon stealing
not-
horse, funniest porn intro ever.
It's not my favorite porn intro. My favorite porn intro is the like, it's a guy in a bathtub and there's a lifeguard and she's like, "There's sharks in the water," and then he's just like, "This is a bathtub. What are you
All right,
talking about?"
hold on.
It's great. Are you gonna watch Lemon Stealing Horse?
Yes.
You were the one. Wait. You were the one who was like, "We can't watch videos."
No, this
while
is definitely
we're doing
a
podcast."
foreign thing.
You can't. No. It's you can't watch.
This is hypocrisy at its finest. Like, Jacob, stop sending links to videos we have to watch.
Okay, you said this was like the best meme ever, whatever.
It's a
Like,
great meme. I'm not saying it's not a good meme. What I am saying is earlier in the episode when Jacob
okay,
was
I'm not
sharing
watching it right
his
now.
memes,
I'm not
go
watching it. I'll watch it later. No, I'll watch it later.
Great.
I probably won't.
This has been another episode of the Dr. Z Show.
Oh, I guess so.
Or whatever this garbage fire was.
Hey, we had some good conversations towards the end.
Oh, we did. We
I think
finally got into.
We got some good
for
points
sure.
in.
I still think we have the best intro we've ever had. I don't remember it. It was 2 hours ago, but I remember enjoying it.
Was it 2 hours ago? This episode isn't 2 hours. It's an hour and 40.
The phone
We're
call was
leaving.
2 hours.
Goodbye.
Adios.